How much money should Ole Gunnar Solskjær be given this summer? Should he be back with hundreds of millions of pounds that the likes of Mourinho were given to out of flavour of his own to Manchester United?
I can't put a number on it, but it's going to have to be big money. Unless they can obviously cash in on somebody that's worth big money. You think of, obviously, De Gea, there's talk of De Gea, there's talk of Pogba being courted by Barcelona, Real Madrid, and that would obviously be big money if he was to be sold. But there's going to have to be some money thrown at it. And I think at the moment, when I look at the squad, and we've just highlighted the squad here in red, amber and green.
Talk us through the traffic light.
Yeah, the red, amber and green. So the Reds are the ones, to be fair, who have either got out up at the end of the season or they've got a year left, and the asterisk means that they've got a year option on the contract.
Manchester United have the option.
Manchester United have the option. I actually don't think it's as bad as everyone makes out in terms of the position that the club are in. I mean, the two that I would be really worried about, I think, are David De Gea up here and Marcus Rashford over here with, obviously, 1 or 2 years left. And there's talk of Rashford not signing his contract, De Gea not signing the contracts. I think Rashford will sign. I actually don't think that's in doubt. There's then a lot of players that Ole has to make a call on, a decision on. Is it a big loss if Darmian leaves? I don't think it's the end of the world. Is it a big loss if Antonio Valencia leaves? Had problems with injury in the last few months. Manchester United need a new right back. Ashley Young, I think he's fine to stay there for another 12 months. I think Mata and Herrera are interesting ones in terms of how the club approach that and how Ole approaches that, because I think there'll be players that'll be wanted by other clubs. But probably, they've done a good job for Manchester United in the sense they're good players.
Well, would you sell them if you could get money for them? They're
good professionals. I don't, they're out of contract, aren't they? So, for me, it wouldn't be, it wouldn't be the end of the world if they both left.
The time to sell them has already gone.
But on the other hand, I think from a Herrera point of view, I think he would be a loss, because I think he does. If you think about a pool of 4 or 5 central midfield players, you're not going to have everyone that's going to be absolutely sort of A1. You're going to need players who can come in and do a good job, and I think Herrera does a good job. He's a good professional. I think he's been a good professional for the club. He's been a good servant to the club, and so has Juan Mata. So I think there will be losses in some sense, but I don't think it's the end of the world if they weren't to stay and they would to take opportunities.
But do you think he needs a net spend? That was the original question. It's something we talked about.
He does. No, he needs money. No, he needs support. My bigger concern for Ole is who is going to do this for him. His job is to coach the team. Ole's job is to make sure that he identifies which of these players he wants. The club get the maximum amount of money that they can for the players that are going out, and then they bring in the right players. And it's a turf war out there. Agents, recruitment guys, consultants. Some of the other clubs like Real Madrid are looking to rebuild. Some of the other clubs are looking to invest heavily. And Manchester United, not the only club in the market looking for players. So to actually try and get 4 or 5 in that you want, get the money for the 4 or 5 that you want out, is a big job this summer. There is a big job.
Who's that job for, then?
I don't know who at the club at this moment in time. They might be there, but it's a bit of an abyss, I have to say, in terms of the recruitment side of things. I'm not sure who is there at that club at this moment in time.
You think you could do it?
No, I don't think I could do it. Who could navigate the job that needs to be done this summer to put Manchester United into Championship territory next year. If they can, then it'll be absolutely out of this world. I think it's a 2-year job, to be honest with you, to navigate from that squad into one that can win the title, because I don't think they'll get everything they want this summer. I don't think they'll get everybody out they want this summer. I don't think they'll get the money for the ones this summer, and I think it'll take 2 years and patience to be able to do it.
Do you agree? Could there be 10 contenders next season if they get their business right this summer?
Yeah.
Think so?
Listen, I think what Man City doing points-wise is difficult to match. Liverpool are matching it this season. It remains to be seen if they match it next season. I don't know. But it's probably different for you, because obviously at Manchester United you're always challenging or thereabouts. With Liverpool, when we were playing, sometimes we had a really good side and sometimes we completely drop off, and you'd be like, oh, we're miles away. And then you'd sign one player, or and he just gives someone, like Torres comes in or a Suarez comes in, or something. It just lifts everything. And then I always believe it's never as bad as you feel. No. And sometimes you look at that squad, you probably think, oh, they need... You hear everyone say, oh, they need 6 or 7 players. I never believe that. I think Manchester United probably need 3 big players in the team. Now, it's not easy to get, it's easy for me to say that. But I'm not talking about, like, sort of 6 or 7, 8 players. Loads need to go... Got the best keeper in the world. The actual forwards there can probably match anything in the Premier League if they're playing at the best. Defensively, of course, we know they need a centre-back, maybe a little bit more in midfield, but if they got sort of 3 big players into the side, I don't think they'd be too far away.
No, I think what I've seen in the last couple of weeks is the noise coming out of, obviously, the media is that Manchester United are going to go back to the principles of signing what would be the players that are just about to hit the best. Not quite the best in the world, but the ones who have got the ability to be the best in the world, almost like the sort of talented players. That was always the policy. Sign the best Premier League player if you could, and then try and sign players who are just below that level. And I think that's the right approach. What I would say is that what the club have done over the last 3 or 4 years will need some unravelling. It will need some unpicking, and I think that, to me, at the moment, is Ole's job. If the club are going to go back to the strength, pace, power, counter-attacking, possession counter-attacking play, which United with what United have been in this last 6 months under Ole, they're going to have to adapt that squad, obviously, as quickly as they possibly can. But it is going to take time, and it is going to take some work from somebody who, to be fair, is qualified to do it.